Okay, let's go for a little more. And I'm just putting a corner in here because that got kind of, it's starting to get a little over thick. That's what you use this for. This paint starts getting a little thick and starts kind of grabbing. Just add a little bit of your mixture and it helps that paint flow off of the bristles a little better. And I'm going to cover these up because I'll paint them on. It's too hard to, people always ask, well, why don't you paint around that? Well, you know how hard that is to paint around? It's a whole lot easier to paint over little tiny areas and then come back and add them in. Same with this. I am not going to paint around this. I will paint over it because you get a more even flow of color over. Otherwise it stops and then it starts, and you can always see that. So I'm going to go a little brighter yet. Grab some white, a little corner of that. Now, I might have thought I got too much, so I'm making sure a little excess, kind of let it go over here. Brighter, brighter, brighter. There we go. Ah, there we go. That's pretty. Okay, you can just run this right across there. This is a great canvas. Hear it? If you can hear it bouncing, you got a good one. I like this brand of canvas. This is that Monet Vincent Pro. Best canvas. I had just discovered it here just a few weeks ago. I don't know why I'd never bought it before. Its price is good. I just hadn't. I'd been using the Fredericks Portrait Smooth. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to try this just for fun, what different I'm going to do. And I really like it. It's constructed really nice. We might change this head. The more I look at this head, the more I like it. So I may just leave that. It did not turn too much. This one might be turned just a little too much to be trotting out like he is. At this angle, which is turned a little further away, you can still see. She just wanted to make sure that she could see these two things, and we've got them in there. So there they are. Now, see how I'm coming up to this line? I'm wiggling this. I can take it right up to the edge. Like that. Scrub it. When you do that, you're kind of getting your paint out of your brush without having to reload it all the time. There we go. More. Hope I'm not moving my head too fast. I'll try not to do that because I don't know if that gets blurry or does funny things. Or I'm not going to worry too much about all this stuff, but I want to get it up as close as possible. And I'll show you. We'll get a smaller brush to get around those little tiny areas. And while I got paint in my brush, I go for a little dark. I just want to draw a line. I want to see where I want that horizon line to go. Not here, just below it. If you need a ruler, use a ruler. I don't need a ruler. But for this, but a lot of times I do if I'm painting buildings. I gotta have them for buildings. Okay, that's just kind of there it is. Now, I have a little state fair going on here, so maybe there's some trees going on back there. This is my turpentine, odorless turpentine. That's what you want. You don't want straight turpentine. It'll run you out of the house. I'm sure there are fumes coming off of this, but that's okay. If I can't smell them, I don't know what's killing the brain cells, so that's alright. I've killed off a few over the years doing other worse stuff. Now, I'm going to put a few trees back here. So, let's grab some yellow. You notice I don't have any green out here. There is no green out here. What I'm going to do is kind of make my own. So, I'm going to grab a little cobalt. See, I'm pulling that in there. A little bit of orange. See, I'm pulling it out because it's showing me how it changes as I pull it. I like that. Yeah, that'll work. Now, green, yellow, and red dry very slowly in oil paints because they have extra oil in them. They tend to be a little more transparent, so there's less pigment, there's less stuff to dry. Well, what I do is I go into this mixture. Now, this mixture is the same as this, but I've added a secret ingredient, and it's called Cobalt Dryer. Now, I just poured a little bit in there, maybe a tablespoon in this little jar, and then I take one of these and I stir it up real good. Now, it comes out, it's very dark, but it takes very little. You notice I'm barely touching that. If you put too much Cobalt Dryer in your paint, when that paint dries, it might crack. So be gentle with it. That's why I put oil in it, to help. Now I'm going to put some... There will be tints and things down here, but let's get a little green, because I kind of want to know where things are. Oh, big tree over here. Now I gotta have more paint. See how I'm running out. So reload, pull it, no scooping, pull it. Some blue. You can borrow blue from over there. That's great. Perfectly okay. A little of that. A little of that. And see how I'm just pushing that in there a little bit? Hope you guys can see. I hope I got this set right. A little more white. See how I just kind of grabbed this as light already? That's alright. Doesn't have to be real bright right now, because you want to build, you always put your dark colors at the bottom and then you build light colors on top. I just want to kind of cover territory for right now. Have a little of that. And we're gonna, there's probably gonna be some, no, I gotta stop and think. I may have to go on a line there and find some things that look like the state fair, so I'm not sure what to put here. I might have a building of some sort. Now, if that starts getting a little orangey, see how that's a little orangey? Put a little red in that green. Just a little. See how little it took? Very little. Yeah, I like that a little better. Now I'll show you how we get up close to these. Let's have a little of this. Oh, this is the dark one, yeah. This is that indigo. A little of that goes a long, long, long ways. So be kind of careful with it there. There. See how that darkened that right up? Now, I'm going to let that kind of blur out here at the bottom, because I don't want a real distinct line. In fact, I'm going to put a little more of a kind of a dusty road look to it down here, because those always happen in the summertime. You notice I don't use that with any of the browns or oranges, because that dries fast anyway. So you don't really need that too much. Now, for a lot of you, I don't recommend you composing on the canvas like I do, but I do this so often that I know how to fix mistakes. And oil paint's wonderful because you can paint over it and fix mistakes quite easily. More. Let's have a little more of that, a little of that, a little of that. See how quick that got chalky white? When it gets chalky white like that, see that? Go back for your orange, and it'll take that chalkiness out. See that? Add white. If you add white, always add a little companion color there. See, I'm scrubbing that to I want to get that kind of close there. And this is purple, that dioxazine. I don't know how you pronounce it. Dioxazine. I like that color. And I'm going to put that in my brown just to cool it down just a little bit. Same thing. You just see how I just put that corner in there. That's all you need. I'll lighten this up a little bit. A little green. Yeah, let's put some of that up there. It's just a spot I didn't fill in with the blue, but I kind of like that. Kind of frames it a little bit. A little blue. Alright, up that edge there. Pull away. Yeah. Follow that curve. See how you can bend those bristles? You can bend those bristles and make them work for you. See that? Down there. Pull out. Like that. Aye.